everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have a very special guest in the corner who's returned. Would you like to introduce yourself to everybody out there?
I'm just happy to be back in the corner.
Usually people don't like being in the corner. That's like time out.
I like the corner. This is Vic Mignogna, and hanging out in your corner with you, Jackie.
And now I'm really happy to get to talk to you again. Actually, you're one of the first interviews we did here on 91.8 The Fan, and it's been almost 2 years since we've gotten a chance to actually sit down and do another interview.
Oh my gosh, it's been that long?
Yes, in that time, I think the official count is 250 as of July 2011.
Oh my gosh.
So we've been working overtime.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have. Well, I'm happy to be back.
Now, at the time when our last interview was, I believe Vampire Night was kind of just starting to be released in the U.S., and we kind of got to talk about that a little bit, but I was wondering, as a refresher, can you introduce people to your character?
Well, yeah, I had the privilege to play Zero and his twin brother Ichiru. So I play Zero and Ichiru in Vampire Night. Had a wonderful time, awesome fun time doing that show. I hope there's more. I know that the manga has continued, so I'm kind of secretly hoping that we'll get more anime to work on.
And can you tell us a little bit about your story and how it involves your two characters?
Well, let's see. How can I describe this quickly? It's a world where vampires coexist with humans, but it's a school. It's basically like a high school, and the vampires attend school at night, and then the regular kids during the day. So there's a day class and a night class, and my character the vampires take like blood tablets so that they kind of keep their appetites under control. But the main girl, Yuki Cross, Zero has a bit of a love relationship for her, and he's torn between wanting to protect her from who he is, and at the same time wanting to be with her. And of course, as is the case with most Japanese anime, it's much more complicated than that. But in a nutshell, that's kind of some of the basics of it.
Understandable. And I believe when that originally came out in the U.S., we were in sort of, the vampire, I guess, boom with Twilight and everything else.
Yeah, Twilight, True Blood, all of those things kind of paved the way for Vampire Night, I think.
How do you think people are so interested in vampires? It's kind of a weird subject to really be enamored with.
I think it's just kind of the flavor of the month, actually. There's zombies, and then there were werewolves and vampires, and now there's a current fascination with superheroes, and I think those kind of pop culture things kind of come in and out.
Well, I'm sure that must have helped with the show, though.
I hope so. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know much or pay much attention or have any inside information on the distribution and how the shows do after we record them. I just know that I really enjoyed recording it.
Well, you do get to see a lot of fan reactions. I mean, you're like one of the convention kings. I think you go to something like 40 a year.
That's not true. I think I do between 20 and 25 a year.
Oh, okay. Then we can compete with you then. I see how it is.
and actually, I get invited to a lot more than that. But as you guys know better than anybody, there are a lot of conventions that take place on the same weekend. So what will often happen is a convention will invite me, but it will be the same weekend as another convention, and I'm already committed to that event. So, but you know what? I love going to the conventions. I love interacting with the fans. I love promoting my work and sharing my music and talking about new projects. And so, I'm going to do as many as I can, as long as people want to see me.
Definitely. And you can't just clone yourself and go to several different conventions, sadly.
No, I think that would be a scary thing for a clone of me. I think it would be. I think there would be snipers set out, to try to take out the clone or the real one or the other.
Also, another thing that my producer made me very aware of is a new show. Well, I guess it's not new anymore. It was new, I think, a few months ago, but that's now on Adult Swim called Kakaishi.
Yes.
And
yes, great show. I love Kakaishi. Me, Laura Bailey, Troy Baker, Patrick Seitz. It's a really, really great show. In fact, it's older than that. It just started a second run on Cartoon Network. A lot of people kind of missed it the first time, and it started to gain a following toward the end of the series. And so as soon as it was over, they started rerunning it again. It's on immediately before or immediately after Brotherhood. I can't remember which way.
I guess that's the Vic Mignogna hour.
Well, I don't know about that, but I'm really, really glad that Cartoon Network picked it up, and then I'm certainly grateful that they're rerunning it. Also on G4, there are two new series that just started on G4 that I'm involved with, the Wolverine and Iron Man series on G4.
That's actually really neat. I know that the is the Wolverine the anime version, or?
Yes, they're both the anime versions.
I know that that's getting a lot of, acclaim. I know Madhouse did a really good job with that. We got to talk with some of the founders of Madhouse in July.
Oh,
and,
good.
Yeah, and ask them a little bit about it. So that must be a really neat project, because not only is it, a childhood superhero, but it's kind of a reimagining of it.
Exactly. I was very excited to get to play a role on that and Iron Man, and in fact, I play the main bad guy in the Wolverine series, so.
Ooh, so we'll have to look out for that.
Yeah, please do.
And now, one thing, we actually got to talk to Liam the other day, and so a lot of fans wanted me to ask you as well. Recently, there was a Persona PSP game that was released, and all the fans kind of wanted to know if you had to re-record your lines, or if you had to only record the new material.
If you're talking about the character that I played, Junpei,
Mm-hmm.
in Persona, I've done Junpei anytime he needed to be done. It's been a while, I think, since I did. It's been a little while since. I mean, we recorded that some time ago.
Understandable.
There's usually a lot of time that goes by between actually recording the stuff and then when it's released.
Because with that series, a lot of people, there's new scenes in it, and a lot of people notice that. There's also, like, a female hero character, right. Another new silent protagonist. So you'd have to wonder, do you have to, re-record some of the things that involve the female character or whatnot? Well,
anything recorded new, I did. But it's been a while, so I don't even remember. I feel so bad when I have a hard time answering those questions, because, by the time things get released, publicly, and the fans start seeing it and buying it and playing it and talking about it, I've done like 6 or 7 more video games since then. So it becomes really difficult to kind of keep track of, it's kind of difficult to keep track of all of them. And I apologize for not having a little more clear answer than that.
Well, that's fine. We were kind of late on it, and I was personally late on the whole Persona scene myself. I finally got a chance to play original Persona 3 about a month ago. And,
oh, good. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I'm still not finished with it. I think I'm about 6 months in, since the game goes on sort of calendar. But I have to say, I enjoyed your character because he's so hilarious.
I love Junpei a lot. I love him a lot. Thank you for even mentioning that, because he was definitely a very favorite role to play.
It to me felt sort of like a perfect fit, just because he's sort of carefree, and I feel that you are sort of carefree. So it kind of worked.
You're right. I cannot argue with your logic. It's true.
Now, are there any other projects in between the time we last talked that you would like the listeners to know about?
Well, goodness. Wow. Since the last time we talked, sure. I mean, obviously we're working on Brotherhood. We finished Brotherhood. Full Metal Brotherhood just ended. Literally, I recorded the movie just a couple of weeks ago. The Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood movie, and it looks like it's very possible that may be the end of Full Metal Alchemist for me.
And fangirls screamed everywhere.
Well, I don't know about that. I know that I screamed. I screamed in great pain and meant that it's over, because I love that show and it's been such a big part of my life for so long. It's very bittersweet to see it,
Well, at the same time, you'll see it kind of sort of live on in the fans, because fans really never forget a character.
Yeah, that's true. You're probably right about that. And it's, it is such a great series. And I kind of think Full Metal is one of those lasting, endearing series, like the Cowboy Bebops and the Dragon Ball Zs and the, Gundams, and, there are a handful of shows, Fooly Cooly and stuff that have a big fan following. And even though they were recorded quite some time ago, they still endure as very popular shows, and I think Full Metal is one of those.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, no matter what convention you go to, you always see somebody as Ed or Mustang or any of those characters.
Yes, absolutely. So it was an enormous privilege and quite an honor to get to play that character for all the time that I have.
Now, is there anything that the fans can look out for besides Full Metal?
Well, let's see. Of course, there was Hetalia, and there's another video game called Dynasty Warriors. I just recently did a character for Pokemon. Let's see. There's a lot of things. Of course, Bleach and Naruto continue. And to be honest with you, I'm currently working on a new show that I'm very excited about. It's a very popular show, but I'm sorry to say that I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. So,
dang it!
I know that's exactly how I feel, sweetie. But I can't wait until I can start talking about it.
Well, we understand those NDAs. We have to sign them too. So.
Yes, I'm sure.
And now, for the fans who want to keep up track with everything that's going on, do you have any social media that you do or any websites?
I sure do. As a matter of fact, I would like to invite everyone within the sound of my voice to join the Risen Bull Rangers, my official online fan club, www.risembool, Risen Bull, like the little town that Ed and Al come from, rangers.com. It is the greatest group of people anywhere on the planet, and we are currently at about 15,000 members. And it's just a wonderful, wonderful place to meet people and interact with people who love the same things that you do. Also, I recently joined Twitter, so if anyone is interested in following me on Twitter, I would be most honored if they would like to. I kind of keep updates. I keep popping out updates on things that I'm working on or funny things that happen during the day, and that's just Vic Mignogna is my Twitter account name. So those are the two main ways that I stay in contact with the fans, and then of course, convention appearances.
And what conventions do you have coming up for those brave souls who want to tackle you in a nice way? Don't make him, jump, fall over. I know some of you guys are strong.
I welcome the tackles. I challenge someone to tackle me.
Oh, God.
But anyway, You're right. You're probably thinking, I can't believe he just said that on the show. He's scary when Vic gets his arm broken. But
you're gonna get some epic man hugs.
Let's see. Let's bring him. I'm not afraid. Let's bring him. Anyway, this weekend I will be at the Montreal Comic Expo. Then the following weekend I will be shooting an indie film in the Northeast. And then the following weekend I will be at Anime Weekend Atlanta. Then the following weekend I will be at RealmsCon in Corpus Christi. Then the following weekend I'm shooting a Star Trek. Actually, I'm directing a Star Trek fan film being shot in Florida. And then the following week, I'll be at EXPCon in St. Augustine. Then the following week, I'll be at the MCM Expo in London. Then the following weekend, I'll be at YomaCon in Detroit. Then the following weekend, I'll be at AzumiCon in Oklahoma City.
Someone needs to make a convention crown for Vic. I'm just saying.
I just love meeting the fans, and I love interacting with them. I love sharing their passion for the things that that I work on and the things that we all enjoy. My music as well. I really enjoy getting the chance to share my music with them, and it's just a great opportunity to interact with them.
And is there anything else you want to tell the listeners?
Well, since the last time we spoke, I released a new CD called Revix. It's a remix CD, all up-tempo, club mix kind of stuff, and the best part about it is that I actually got permission to record songs from Full Metal Alchemist, songs from Ouran High School Host Club, the D and Angel theme. So there are several anime songs on the disc as well. And like I said, it's all high energy, up tempo, fun club mix kind of stuff. And that CD is available with all my other CDs either on iTunes or in the store at RisenBullRangers.com, or from me personally at conventions I attend.
And just so the listeners know, because I think the listeners, one of their favorite songs is Nothing I Won't Give. Because
I'm honored. Thank you. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that made the top 40 last week or the week before, if I remember correctly.
Yay!
But also, whenever the song plays here on 91.8 The Fan, on the sidebar, there's a place where you can look for it on iTunes as well. It goes directly to your iTunes.
Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. That's freaking cool.
Not at all. Thank you for letting us play it.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
And this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for talking with us today.
My pleasure. When are we going to see you guys again?
Me, you probably won't see me unless you're going to Anime Vegas. That's my next one I have.
Okay.
Kibbs, or his real name's Zach. He'll be at EXPCon, as I said. I know Christmas is going to another anime convention.
Okay. Well, do me a favor and tell everybody at Anime Vegas I said hello.
Definitely, I will.
And I will look very forward to chatting with you again. Let's set something up 2 years from now, maybe even earlier if you're daring enough, and let's talk more.
And for anybody out there that missed any of this interview, shame on you, but it'll be up on the website within the next few days, so keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan, everything you want and nothing you don't.